Alright, MrSotko here, and welcome back to another Starcraft 2 replay cast. Today it's a 1 vs 1 on Ruins of Endion between our blue Zerg player, LiquidTLO, and across the way we have our red Terran player, Mythic. So it's going to be a cross spawn on a relatively big map. So we'll see how that works out. And there are some objects in the way, though. Could be quite a bit faster to each other's bases, but gonna have to take those down first. And there we go, 2-minute mark. And Reaper moving out for the Terran. Looks like he's only gonna make one Reaper for now. And then get that reactor going. And another Rax coming in here. And the second geyser on the way. Fairly fast expand for the Terran there, and Overlord catching everything that's going on. Reaper try and get some Zergling / drone kills here, and some scouting information. Just keep the Zerg on his toes for now. And now the Queen has arrived, and one Zergling down, one kill for that Reaper. So not too much just yet. And now pumping out Marines, and has a factory coming up as well. And for the Zerg, getting that metabolic boost for those Zerglings. And I'm gonna try and harass this Queen a little bit, but not really gonna amount to too much. Drone moving on out, and the Reaper should have seen that and could easily chase that drone down and stop them before he made that hatchery. He or she? What is a drone? Is it a she or a he? Probably a she, right? You'd think. The workers usually, you know, ants and stuff, but who knows? I don't know. Maybe they don't have a sex at all, and they just never reproduce. They only produce from larvae. The Zerg is a little bit complicated. D8 charge there, chucks some of those Zerglings around, but Reaper really not going to make it, and loses the Reaper, but got some scouting information for a little while. And my cord was under my seat for my headphones. Happens from time to time. I guess I need to maybe find a better place for my cord to go through. And Zerglings get right into the base there. The supply depot is down, and maybe able to get a SCV kill or two with that. But it doesn't look like I'm just going to get some scouting information, but I suppose that's good as any. And some Widow Mines on the way. Did see that there was a reactor there, and a starport, and possible reactor starport switch for those medevacs. So he may know that those Widow Mines were being produced, and that he should prepare for such a drop, as that is usually the case. Evolution Chambers come out on up right at the front there. Baneling Nest as well, getting ready. And the third hatchery up and running. And now the switch has occurred. And now pumping out double medevacs there. Put the tech lab on the factory. Classic Terran switcheroo, and the second expansion for the Terran will be coming up soon here. Mythic gonna go up there, plant that, and a little scouting supply depot. And spore crawlers at each hatchery now to prevent that drop of Widow Mines, and there it is now on cue. Spore Crawler going to be just in range to hit that medevac there. Medevac down to 48, and needs to do something with it. Drop him, and at least try to get some kind of kills going here. And this is going to be a little out of range of the Spore Crawler. If you can drop right there, there he goes. Widow Mine now diving in, and here is going to be a pretty good hit. Ooh, and gets about 4 there, I think. And yeah, 4 kills, and trying to take down those rocks at the same time. There goes a Widow Mine, some Marines on the other side. And now can't really see up there too well, so that's not going to work. And the Zerglings finish off that Widow Mine. And Widow Mine may plant itself there. And that is right under an Overlord, so he's definitely seeing what's going on there. And another drop down on the bottom here with the Marines and Zerglings moving out to attack the Widow Mine and Marines. Widow Mine on the ground, hidden fairly well behind that creep trimmer. And now dropping off the Marines in the base, but way too many Zerglings here. Some of them morph into Banelings, and going to be too many Zerglings for those Marines to handle right now. And back at the base here, a couple engineering bays just now starting that 1-1. And Zerg way ahead of the Terran in that regard. Combat shields coming for the Rhines as well. And now a couple siege tanks. Going to be siege dropped into combat soon here. Still piling up forces of Zerglings. And is he going to get that fourth hatchery going or not just yet? Gonna have to get rid of those rocks to get that going. Could go all the way up there, but that is quite the distance to defend. Although he did get rid of these rocks, you can just go right up there. So we'll have to see what he decides to do. You know, many more creep tumors being produced by those queens. Spreading out fairly well. The creep spread from TLO right now is fairly epic. And Zergling slowly but surely whittling away on those rocks. And we'll be expanding there sooner or later, but gives up on that as the expansion occurs up here for now. And gonna go right back to it. And the attack is nearly ready for the Terran. And gonna be a big drop of siege tanks and Marines. Fairly classic. Except not classic in the sense that they're already sieged when they're picked up, but that does happen from time to time. Delnaga Tower in control of the Zerg, though, so we're going to be able to see, for the most part, any kind of drop moving in. And up top, some Overlords covering the top as well. And now some Liberators join in the battle. Go pumping out Liberators 2x2. And the drop going to be ready here shortly by the looks of it. And may just actually try to do a ground push all the way through here. And a Marine all the way down on the bottom there. Okay, now shooting those rocks into itty-bitty bits. And there are probably better ways to do that. Maybe have some SCVs plant some explosives, or maybe your siege tanks could shoot it. But either way, whatever the Terran army wants to do, the Terran army does. And so if they want to fire automatic weaponry at rocks, they can go ahead and do that. And now a huge push here, moving in as they responded there. Going to lay those tanks down all over the place here. Now going to try and get those Marines up front, guard them, and some guard circles. Oh, the Liberator's defensive position. And a drop up top here, leaving some Marines. A Spore Crawler wandering its way up there. Always like that sight. And now the Banelings, huge hit all over the Terran there, but he brings the tanks up top. Gonna finish off all those Banelings before they get around, possibly. And the Corruptors take out some of the Liberators. Liberators going back into defensive mode here. Still has, looks like 3 left. And Corruptor's going to finish those off fairly easily here. And the push has been thwarted by the Zerg for now. Siege tanks still going strong, but Marines being pushed over as fast as they can. And Corruptor's going to try and take out some of these medevacs. Liberator's going to try and help out a little bit. And Marines quickly in the medevac there, avoids a lot of those Baneling hits. And now there's so many Liberators chasing down those Corruptors, but kind of watch out for the Spore Crawler there. Spore Crawler gets in a few good hits. And now the main base in a bit of trouble. Marines could be going after that, at least getting that spawning pool. Get that out of there if he doesn't have a second spawning pool. No more Zerglings for him. And the Liberator in defensive mode. And nearly took out that Queen with the Liberator, but survived just barely. Marines going to stim pack away here. Banelings blasting away on all of them, and the Siege Tank's doing work on those Banelings as they come around all the way around that corner there. And Liberator gives a quick reprisal there, takes out the one Corruptor left, or the one of two Corruptors left. Now all the drones here coming on in, and desperate drone push, and TLO has to GG out, and just too much to handle there. All of the units lost too quickly, and the siege tank placement was really great on this map. Any siege tanks right around here, and then as soon as those banelings come around, those tanks are just whacking away on them all the way around there. They have to go all the way down there and come around. So by the time they do that, all the splash damage of the tanks have destroyed the majority of them. But I hope you guys enjoyed the replay, and I'll see you guys next time.